Okay, now I'm gonna talk about how people attempted to manipulate me. So, one way would be like people trying to play my emotions, evoke positive emotions, and then have me take action towards something that was not good for me. But because they put like a soundtrack of hey, happy, or a soundtrack of empowerment. So it's supposed to evoke the emotion of empowerment, or it's supposed to evoke the emotion of happy, and they put that soundtrack over something that I was supposed to do. So they attempted to manipulate me by putting like the right music over like something that was like not the right thing. So they would try to play my emotions. Could be also done through charming. So people try to charm their self with a hidden agenda into my life. So they would give compliments and try to get into your life, or have a hidden agenda and use charms to kind of go blind a little bit towards who they actually are. Then I would have people try to gaslight me, tell me like what I've seen is not what I've seen, what I heard was not what I heard, even though like what I've seen is what I've seen and what I heard was what I heard. But they will tell you like they haven't done something that they actually have done. It's like, no, I never did that. No, you did. You did. So like they try to make me believe like that they haven't done something that they actually did. I had that. So that was what, or that's kind of the thing. Like before, like I would take people by their actions. So I would have more like blind trust towards people and just what they told me. But once I started to take people by their actions and not their word, is when I actually like understood like who people actually are. They are not what they tell you they are, but their actions show you who they actually are. Because a person can tell you in the end anything they want, and maybe even with a hidden agenda. So, but that's another form of manipulation. Then also like triangulations, trying to evoke an emotion out of me. So they would try to antagonize me, try to get a rise out of me, and then use that to paint me as a certain person, you know, to make it seem like, well, he is mad, or like, well, yeah, if someone tries to antagonize or push your buttons every day, or 100 times in a day, and that's something I would see, like someone attempting like to like evoke or just generally evoke emotions out of you. I think it's just generally either it's positive or negative, but oftentimes it can be with a hidden agenda, and oftentimes it is. But a triangulation where someone would try to paint himself as like, oh, they had to be with someone like me, when in reality I was the giving person, the other person would be like not. The other person would behave shitty in a relationship, but then they can act like they were the ones that were like in the bad relationship. Oh my god. And then through falsehoods. So another like that's not really manipulation. It's more like, I think they're trying to save the face, but once they cannot control you, or once they realize they cannot control me, and I would leave or would go, that's what I could see then, like some attempts to smear me, so that they can look good, and I'm supposed to look bad towards other people, even though it's complete false, so it's made up, but it's supposed to mess with the perception of other people towards me, and their perception towards the other person. Or like the other person seems like the person that was like, oh yeah, I did so much, and then the other person perceiving me then would be like, oh, I heard some lies about you that make you seem not so good. So yeah, those were attempts in manipulating me. The most common one that I see happening quite often is pretty much like either like being played on my emotions, like being like sold on something or supposed to be sold on something because hey, it makes you feel good with a good soundtrack. Do something bad for yourself because hey, we're putting a empowerment soundtrack over it. So yeah, that's I think the most common that everyone also sees or can see. And yeah, these have been my experience with manipulation. The best is to watch your emotions, pay attention to your emotions, what is supposed to be evoked in you, and for what reason. Also, blind trust, taking people by their words, by their actions, not by their word, because people can have hidden agendas. That's what I saw. People would try to have me do things and then tell me, or like would do things towards me and then try to tell me like that they actually feel different about me than what they actually did to me. So they could do one thing that's actually really bad, but then like they would tell me like how much they care about me. It's like they could, or they attempted to kick me off a cliff, and then I'm afterwards gonna try to tell me like how much they cared for me. So that's the kind of lies that I would perceive or see, or attempts of manipulation where someone would like basically want me to like kick me off a cliff and then tell me right away like how much they care for me. So that's how manipulators are. They're good liars, or maybe not even good. Sometimes they're bad liars, but yeah, it's happening a lot. It's going around a lot, and I think just taking people by their actions and not but by what they say is a good first step to kind of see people for who they actually are, and not what they want to make you believe about who they are. So yeah, so much to how people attempted to manipulate me, and I'll see you in the next video.